Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Real Talk Live with Arnette D Love. And yes, this is a little late for us today, but you guys, I'm going to tell you something. I was just out of it. I was just feeling so low. So I had to get with the program. I had to get my favorite cup, love, and I had to get me some Java. Okay, so now that I got this Java and I'm sipping on my Java, we can do some talking on this evening. And I just want to talk about, um, I want to talk about, I guess you would say more or less, um, little confidence, the confidence, um, as it relates to how we treat other people, how we put people down. And I'm saying we as a whole. I'm not saying you particularly or particularly, however you want to pronounce it, or me particularly. I'm just talking about we as a people, how we like to put each other down, how we like. Let's use that video with Tanya, for example. Okay, the lady was in her home, probably just woke up, still trying to get her self together, and everybody want to talk about how she looked. I think she looked like an average person. In my opinion, she looks average. She looked like a woman that's trying to get herself together for the day. And for people to be out here making memes, or she supposed to have filter 24/7? Is she supposed to have makeup on 24/7? I mean, she supposed to look perfect 24/7. None of us are perfect. When I get up in the morning, my face is swollen. I'm already a little fat face, round headed woman. And when I get up in the morning, my face is swollen. My face is swollen from sleep because I sleep on my face for the most part, right chin or right cheek, left cheek. Shoot, sometimes I'm on the forehead. And so my face is swollen in the morning. And so I have to get myself together. And that's why I don't like to do early appointments, because I don't like, to not give myself time to get back where I'm supposed to be. And so I don't understand why we always have to jump on someone for how they look. I don't understand why we act so perfect, especially as women. Why we gotta put down other women? And yes, I drink my coffee through a straw. Why do we have to put down other women? Why do we have to be the ones that come against each other? Why can't we lift each other up? Why can't somebody say, Queen, you looking good this morning? Get yourself together, go get your coffee, anything. Why? Because I didn't see nothing wrong with her. She had pretty skin, beautiful skin. She just looked like she woke up. You know what I'm saying? Now, everybody's not going to be your cup of tea. That's fine. But you can find beauty in anything. I'm going to tell you something. There's a lot of people that are unattractive. But when them coins hit, we find beauty in that. We look at us women, we'll be fighting over a man with some coins, and he can be dog dirt but ugly. But in our eyes, he is handsome. And what gets me is we'll do that. We'll fight over old dog face ninja, but we want to drag other women. We want to drag other women. Why? Does it make you feel better? Why do we have to regurgitate everything that comes to mind? Why? Why we got to put it out? Why does it need to be said? It doesn't need to be said. Say something kind. Say something kind. Everybody, you're not at your best all the time, but we love talking about other people. We love putting each other down, especially women. I'm going to stay with women because that's what I do. We love to put each other down. What happens to stop being crabs in the bucket? What happens to me bending over, letting you step on my back because I done stepped on somebody else's back to get higher, and somebody bent over for me to do so, and I'm bending over for somebody else to help them get higher, and so on and so on and so on, instead of grabbing on your clothes and grabbing on your jacket and grabbing your boots and your heels to bring you down so that I can feel better about myself. And personally, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything to better myself. Don't we know as a whole that natural beauty is the most beautiful thing in the world? Natural beauty is the most beautiful thing in the world. Have you ever looked out into a land full of trees, or full of flowers, or just full of grass, and off from the grass you see trees in the back, and then you see the sky, and you see that is beautiful. It's beautiful, beautiful scenery. Natural beauty is beauty. It don't take all that makeup and all those filters to be beautiful. I remember when I used to be in my 20s, and probably 19 or so, I dated this guy, and he did not want me to wear makeup. He didn't want me to wear makeup. He didn't care if other men looked at me or attracted to me. That wasn't the thing. Matter of fact, I used to go to the gentlemen's, what is it, the women's club, I guess you'd call it that, the opposite of gentlemen's club. I used to go in there. He used to give me my ones. Okay, he wasn't intimidated about other men being attracted to me. He didn't like me wearing makeup, and he didn't want me to wear it. He felt that if he didn't want to see me in it, and I didn't need to wear, if he accepted me the way I was without makeup, it shouldn't matter what anybody else think about me not wearing makeup. Now, of course, y'all know me being me. I was hard headed. I'm gonna do what I want to do, so I wore my makeup, But that's what I wanted to do, and because ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. I've always been that way. You're not gonna tell me what to do. I'm gonna do what makes me comfortable. But I didn't wear makeup because I wanted to feel beautiful, because I felt beautiful without my makeup. Makeup just enhanced me a little bit when I'm going out. I want to pow a little bit, so I put a little makeup on so I can be like, pow, I'm here. And so, but what I'm saying is natural is beautiful. When I wore makeup, I didn't wear a whole bunch. You didn't see me with the eyeshadow on or the rouge or all that stuff, unless it was a special occasion. I was competing in a talent show or something like that. But normally you saw me in a foundation base, and then some lipstick, and maybe a little eyeliner, because I had dark around my eyes, so the eyeliner made it look like I had on eyeshadow. So I was more natural than anything, and that's how I like to keep it natural. It's beautiful. So why do every time we see somebody in their natural state, we always want to put them down? We always want to say something negative. We always want to clown and make memes, and drag them, and for weeks. That's the topic. This lady's children got to see her face on memes for a couple of weeks now, because we can't accept the natural beauty. We have to have filters, we have to have makeup, and even when a lot of us wear makeup, that's still a problem. So we still got to drag another woman down and smear her name and her looks, because we're not satisfied with ourselves. And basically that's what it is. We're not satisfied with something inside of us, because baby, if you were satisfied with something inside of us, it doesn't matter how a person look. You know that you look good. You know that you are beautiful. Come on, let me tell it like it is now. I don't have to worry about how this person look over here, that person look over here, how that person behaves, because I know when I step out, baby, I step out and I be proud, and I be the right one. I be ready to kill him when I step out. That's what I'm trying to say. When I put my stuff on, honey, I didn't have to worry about what she got on. Matter of fact, you want to wear the same thing that I wore, I can tell you where I got it from, because when I step out and what I got, it don't matter how you look in it, because I already know I came to kill. I came to knock them out. And so I ain't even got to worry about that. And that is how your mentality about yourself should be. It doesn't matter. You can talk about me all you want to, but you ain't gonna never be able to tell me my mama didn't have no pretty babies, because she did. You won't be able to tell me my mama didn't have gorgeous daughters, because she did. You're not gonna be able to tell me that my daddy wasn't a gold maker, because all of his girls are gold. You're not gonna tell me that. And so because my mentality is there, I don't really have time to worry about how another woman looks. I don't have time to sit there and down on another woman, to smear her, to drag her, to talk about her different attributes of her face or her body. I don't care. It doesn't matter. And I'm not a petite woman. I'm a full-figured woman, plus size, whatever you want to say, obese, fat. I don't care. When I put my putting on, you're going to know I'm in the room. And don't be worried, because your man might want to take a glance, because he will. And that's just me. It's okay. I don't want him. Don't worry about it. You safe. And that's my mentality. That's my mentality. Whether you agree with it or you don't agree with it, it matters none to me. My mentality is I am love, and that is who I am, and I am enough. And you need to feel that you are enough to where you don't have to put down another woman. Let me say this. If this woman or these women that you like to put down, or every time you see a woman, you want to put her down for something, her looks or her body or whatever. If this woman is that bad, how do you suggest she fix it? Because we all have to work with what God gave us, right? We got to work with what we have. We got to work with what we have. So I want to know, how do y'all suggest that these women that you find unattractive as another woman, that you find unattractive, you find unworthy, that you find that should not be shown without a makeup or a filter, how do you suggest they change themselves? I just want to know, because I'm confused. We are who we are. And if you feel like you want to enhance yourself because you feel like you want to enhance yourself, do so. But don't let other people make you think that you're not good enough, because you are. And let me tell you something, and I promise you, some of you already know. Let me take a sip of this coffee. Some of you already know. You don't have to answer to anybody. You don't need a filter. You don't need makeup. And you don't need any of that, because the true beauty is what's inside. The true beauty is what's inside of us. Okay? Because you can be beautiful, and within minutes of you running this trap of that tongue flapping, within minutes, you could be the most ugliest, disgusting person in the world. And guess what? Nobody gonna want you. Or if they want you just for a little while so they can use you for whatever it is they want to use you for, and they're gonna chew you up and spit you out. They're gonna throw the whole baby away with you. The whole baby away with the water. I'm telling you. Because you are ugly. You're ugly because mentally you don't know how to be a beautiful person. Beauty is within. Beauty is within. So you can take somebody that's very unattractive, put them on some clothes, fix their hair, lightly make their face up. But what's inside of them, what comes out of their mouth, affirmations, uplifting someone else, letting them know, being positive, letting them know that they can do anything that they put forth to do, that right there is going to make them way beautiful than a beauty queen. Trust me. Trust me. I went on a cruise one time. I would never forget this, because this brought me to my knees. I went on a cruise one time, And like I told y'all before, I always thought I was the cat's meow. I always thought my mama did. I mean, my mama and daddy was the perfect match because they had the best looking children there was. I was always like that. You know, it's nothing new. And so I went on a cruise, and I just knew I was going, you know, make me some cool friends and stuff like that. And when if you go on a cruise, a lot of times they have competitions. And so with the competitions, you know, you got different contestants, but let me tell you what happened. I wasn't one of those that went and talked to people. I wasn't a people person. Matter of fact, I was just a downright hardcore introvert. Okay? I didn't want to be around anybody. Okay? So I couldn't show my beauty, my real beauty. You understand? You saw my outside look, but my real beauty couldn't be shown. Okay? At that time, I think I had my hair, I want to say my hair was long. I mean, you know, just odd for a dark-skinned girl. I ain't gonna lie. You know, most of us, we don't have a lot of long hair and stuff like that. And, but, you know, my real beauty couldn't be seen because I was such an introvert. So I saw this little girl. She wasn't little, she was short. She was a little older than me, I say, but she was an extrovert. I mean, she talked to everybody on the cruise. Hi, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. I'm such and such. This is my husband, blah, blah, blah. I mean, she went from person to person to person to person to person to person to person. Baby, she had basically met everybody on the cruise. So when we got to the competition part, I was on stage, she was on stage, 3-4 more people was on stage. Guess who won? That beautiful girl that introduced herself to everybody on the cruise. Everybody just fell in love with her because she showed herself to be a beautiful person. And she was. And when we got to the Bahamas, we, you know, kind of linked up together because I was with my friend and she was with her husband. And so we hung out together, and she was just the most beautiful person ever. Had nothing to do with her clothes, had nothing to do with her face, had nothing to do with makeup, nothing to do with nothing. It was her insides, it was her demeanor, it was everything about her personality that made her beautiful. So I'm telling y'all, we're going to have to stop allowing people to tell us what beauty is. We're going to stop putting people down because they don't fit the world's view or society's view of what beauty is. We don't need all these filters and makeup. I barely use filters. I took a picture the other day with somebody, and that means their phone was automatically on a filter. I don't prefer to look like a little puppy in the face. I don't really like looking like a puppy dog in the face. Because when you look at those filters, it's like it takes away all your lines. It takes away, it makes your nose, you know, come in and, you know, I prefer to look like me. I don't have a problem with my wrinkles. My wrinkles come with my age. I remember sitting down as a little girl, counting out what I'd be doing and trying to figure out where would I be at 50. What would I be doing? Oh, I'd be finished with school. I'd be about to retire from my job. Oh, when I get 50. So why in the world I get to the age of 50-something, and then I want to discredit myself, discredit my age. I want to remove my wrinkles. I don't have a problem with my wrinkles. I will age gracefully. I don't care about what nobody else think about me, but I'm going to age gracefully. Definitely. And I'm not going to let society, those in society, or anybody tell me how I am not attractive as I age gracefully. So we can't do that. You don't need the filters. You don't need the makeup. We have to feel good about ourselves from the inside out. Mentally, we need to feel good about ourselves. Mentally, we need to have that self-confidence. Mentally, we need to affirm ourselves daily. We need to stand and I'm going to tell you, when I was a child, and everybody parent doesn't do this, but my mom, if y'all ever listen to my videos, My mother was my psychiatrist. We didn't believe in going to shrinks and stuff like that. So whatever your problem is, mama gonna handle it in house. And so when I've had a time when I was a child, because my father wasn't there, and when my father came home, my father still wasn't there, and I thought that it was because of me, and I couldn't understand why my dad didn't love me. And that's gonna be in part 2 of my book. But that's what it was. My mother stepped in, and all this affirmation that they're doing in the 2020s, mama had me doing that in the 80s. Okay, I had to stand before the mirror every day for an hour or so and tell myself how beautiful I was, and people are a fool to not want to be around me, and I don't need friends if they don't want to be friendly. I don't need them, and the only person I needed was God and my mama. Yes. And I grew to believe that the only person that I needed in life was God and my mama. Okay? And that's why I'm so tough on my relationships now, because that's what my mom taught me. And so if I call you a friend, if I say I love you, trust and believe, I'm telling you the truth, because I was taught I didn't need a friend. I was taught that. I was taught all I needed was my mother. And that's not a very good thing to teach your child, because guess what? What happens when God calls your mother home, and that's the only person you felt that you needed here on earth. So don't teach your child that, but teach her a variation of that, be careful who you call friends. Okay? But teach them to be confident. Teach them to look at themselves and see beauty. That way you ain't got to tell nobody they're beautiful. When people, or nobody have to tell them that they're beautiful, because I'm going to tell you something about me. I don't get off because men tell me I'm beautiful. Because I already know it. I already know it. You might think I'm ugly. You might think I'm too fat to be feeling the way I feel. But frankly, my dear, I could care less, because the confidence that I have inside of me outweighs anything that you think about me. And this is how you teach your children. So they're not crying in a corner because nobody likes them. They're not crying in a corner because nobody wants to play with them. They're not crying in a corner because they feel like they are lower or less than. They're walking around like they're the prize. That's what it is. And if anybody know me, anybody actually talk to me when I'm talking, I'd be like, oh, they think they the prize. They just don't know. You ain't the prize. I'm the prize. In relationships, I'm the prize. And if you don't want your prize, bye. That's my mentality. So I don't have a problem with being single. I don't. Because if you don't treat me like the prize, you don't deserve me, right? If you don't understand that I am the prize, you don't need to be in my company. If you don't understand that you're not here and I'm here, and if you don't understand that, if you don't understand that we're both on the same level when it comes to me, you don't deserve to be in my presence. I'm not down here and you way up here, and I only come up here when you need me. We're on the same level, baby. The way I don't care how much money you got. I don't care what your title is. I don't care what you're driving. I don't care what your husband got going on. I don't care. You are on the same level as me in my mind. Which means when you start tripping, I'm going the other way. And I ain't going to look back. I ain't going to look back. Now, I don't know how to get you to this point where I am, because my mama did some training, baby. My mother did some straight training. But I need for you to get somewhere in the vicinity of where I am. Because I want you to understand you don't need makeup if you don't want makeup. You don't need filters if you don't want filters. All you need to do is accept yourself as you are and know that you are worth it. We have to feel good about ourselves. If we don't feel good about ourselves, who will? And if we don't feel good about ourselves, it's easier for people to tear us down. It's easier for us to be broken. And that's not what we're going to do. Not in 2024, 2025, and beyond. No. We're not going to be broken. We're not going to be broken. We're going to have confidence. And then we're going to have enough confidence where we can look at another woman. Come on, women. We can look at another woman and tell her she's beautiful. You look nice today. Your hair is banging, sister. Man, I got something that'll look good with that too. Let me get it for you. That's what we're going to do. We're going to lift a woman up. We're going to be feeling so confident about ourselves that when we hear somebody else that we associate ourselves with talk about another woman, we can say, wait a minute, hold on. That girl bad. Now, I don't know what you see that I don't see, but sister is doing the thing. You need to come on up, baby. We're going to correct that negative behavior. We're going to correct that crab in the bucket behavior. And we're going to show our associates how we as women supposed to treat each other. How we as women are supposed to put each other up on a pedestal. How we as women are supposed to fix each other's crown. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. I don't put anybody down. I don't put anybody down in nothing I do. Now, if you do something stupid, I might let you know you done something stupid. If I feel like you are a follower, I would say you are a follower. I don't really respect what you call it, gophers, peons, people that we would consider peons, meaning you let people boss you around and you do whatever they say you do just to fit in. I don't really respect you. So what I would do is I would tell you that you're doing it. This is how you look, baby. You need to get that together. You can't be a follower your entire life. At some point, you have to step up to be the leader. Good leaders were once good followers, were once good followers, were once good followers. But at some point in your life, you have to take the reign and become a leader. And you become a leader by not being a follower, but you in turn be a person that can take corrective criticism, wise counsel. In other words, good advice. Okay? But you're not a follower anymore. You have graduated from being a follower to being a good leader. And to be a good leader, you have to be confident. Because trust and believe, they're going to try to tear you down at every avenue. They're going to try to make up stuff. Ain't going to try. They're going to. They're going to make up lies to hold you back. You got to fight through it, baby. They're going to tell you that you're not good enough. You got to fight through it, baby. They're going to tell you that you did this when you should have did this. You turned right when you should have turned left. You got to fight through it. And you got to know that they're making these things up, trying to stop your flow. But this train is going to keep on going. They didn't call me freight train for nothing. I wouldn't stop until I was stopped. Freight train. I'm giving y'all that name. That was my nickname back in the day when I was law enforcement in Georgia. Freight train. Because when people got me to moving and I had to fight my way out, it took about 5 or 6 people to stop me, and I wasn't going to stop until I was stopped. And that's how we have to move in life, like a freight train. You're not going to stop until you stop. Until you're stopped. No matter what people's doing, they're going to try to pull you back. I can see it now. They're pulling you back. You can't do it. Your business ain't booming. Your business ain't going to do nothing. We're not going to support her, or we're not going to support him. Ignore, act like you don't hear him. Keep moving this way, moving that way. Just keep moving. Just don't help them. It doesn't matter. You got to keep moving, freight train. You got to keep moving, freight train. Oh, she ain't doing nothing over there. Just a lot of talk. You got to keep moving, freight train. They don't know what you're doing because you ain't putting your business out and whatnot. So you got to keep moving, freight train, because people are going to keep talking about, oh, she ugly, she can't dress, her clothes don't look good. That's to get you up here mentally, to keep you from being focused on where you got to go, freight train. But you a freight train. You can't let nothing stop you, baby. So you got to keep on moving. Your arms are back here and you dragging them. See, your arms back here. But you dragging them, freight train, because we're not going to let negativity stop us. We're not going to do it. Just because they're still stuck and putting people down to make them feel big, to make them feel higher, we don't care. We're going to drag them. We're going to drag them, freight train. That's what we're going to do. And while we're dragging them, we're going to feel good about ourselves, because I'm going to tell you something. When you can wake up and say, I didn't allow people to put me down. I didn't allow them to drag me just to fit in. I didn't allow them to boss me around so that I can be around them. When you look in the mirror and you can say, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, girl. You did the thing. I love it. See, my mother always used to tell me stuff like this. Excuse me. Y'all don't know this, but I don't like clowns. Well, I think I said it before. I don't do clowns. I don't really do a lot of doll babies. Doll baby got to be right. Maybe a Barbie here or there. But I don't do a whole bunch of doll babies. I don't do no Chucky dolls or Chucky bride or Chucky dolls. None of that stuff like that, right? I don't do that type of stuff. I don't do silhouettes in my house and all that stuff. I don't do that crazy stuff. And my mom used to always say, for you to be so bad, because I was bad growing up too. I was mischievous all the way as a teenager, y'all. I was bad. I used to sneak out the house. I used to stay out the house. I wouldn't tell my mom where I'm at. I come home, she's standing up trying to figure out what I do. I was terrible. But my mother used to always say, for you to be so bad, you just as scary as you want to be. I was, baby, let me tell you something. Let me be in that room and I hear a knock in that room. I fly clean up out of there. I fly clean up out there and go find my mama. I don't care how old I am. Huh? And so what I'm saying is there is always something. There's always something to slow us down. There's always something to slow us down, but we have to overcome it. Okay? See, I have to overcome my dislike of clowns. And I have to overcome my dislike of clowns because I'm surrounded by clowns. You're going to get that when you go home. You're going to get that when you're at home eating your dinner. I have to overcome my dislike of clowns because I'm always surrounded by clowns. I'm always surrounded by someone that cannot deal with life, cannot cope with the cards that life has given them. So they like to mess with other people. They like to pull people down. They like to joke on folks. And they like to tell people that they can't do instead of trying to do for themselves. And to me, it brings laughter because all you have to do is put forth effort to maximize your potential in your life. And then you won't have to worry about mine. So it makes me laugh because you're being clownish. You're being clownish. You're putting on a show. Instead of doing what you need to do for yourself, you putting on a show by worrying about me. So I had to overcome my dislike for clowns because clowns deserve to be loved too. Come on, y'all. Come on, somebody. Y'all gonna get this. Clowns deserve to be loved too. Meaning, don't hate your haters. Don't hate your haters. Don't hate your enemies. Love them all. Love them all. Because that's what's going to keep us flowing. The love that we give to other people, even when they don't deserve it. The love that we give to people when they put us down. The love that we give to people when they lie on us. Oh, yeah, it's going to hurt for a minute. And you're going to be angry. But don't let it consume you. Return the love. Return the love so that you can keep moving and keep flowing because it's going to stop you now. If you're trying to give hate back to hate, it's going to stop you and you're going to lose focus. But if you're giving love to hate, you're going to flow right past that thing. You're going to flow right past it. I'm telling y'all what I know. I'm telling you what I know. I have been under attack. Not once, but not twice. But I mean many times I have been under attack. And I mean full-blown day to day for months and possibly years. I have been under attack. And I'm telling you, you're going to have to somewhere in there send that love off. That love and energy. You have to. You have to. And I believe, and if you believe, I believe in the word. It tells you he prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. And which means that they're going to sit back. Those who came against you, and those who came against me, those who put me down, those who told me I wasn't pretty enough, I wasn't small enough, I wasn't smart enough, I couldn't get it, I couldn't get it, I couldn't get it. He prepares a table before me and he shows them, look what I've done for my daughter. Look what I've done for my daughter. Look what I've done for my daughter. So we don't need to be fighting those little small battles. God got it. We're going to give it to him. We're going to just show love and we're going to keep pushing. Remember, freight train, you're a freight train. You don't stop until you're stopped. That means you don't stop until you are 6 feet under. You keep pushing, you keep pressing, and know that what God has for you, he has for you. It doesn't matter whether you're wearing makeup. It doesn't matter if you got a filter on. Your beauty is natural. Stop letting these people convince you that you are not beautiful. Ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing. I know I look good. I know I look good. But see, back in the day, if you read my book, but you're a minister, that you can get on Amazon for $15. If you read my book, you would know I use my beauty for things that wasn't of God. See, I use my beauty for me. I forgot that I was a temple. You know, I forgot all about that because we do some backslide. We backslide. And I forgot that I was a temple. I forgot that I was supposed to be used for him and his people for that type of service. I didn't realize that what I was doing because I was beautiful wasn't going to benefit me at all. But guess what? It's benefiting you. If you get that book, it's going to benefit you. You're going to see some of you in my book. And you're going to realize that, look, love didn't do it this way. But she said she should have done it this way. Then love told me how I should have done it. That's what you get in my book. So just remember, excuse me, just remember you're beautiful. And your beauty should be used for God. Your beauty should be used for service to him and his people. Use your beauty for that. Don't use your beauty and destroy it by tearing down others. Lift them up. Lift them up, honey. And we're going to stop letting society tell us that being ourselves is not beautiful. We're going to stop allowing people to tell us that my natural skin, with flaws included, is not beautiful. We're going to stop that. We're going to stop it. Y'all remember? Y'all didn't remember I had that cyst? I got the cyst removed. And even with the cyst, you couldn't tell me I wasn't beautiful. I just figured, okay, I'll get the cyst removed. And when I get that cyst removed, y'all ain't going to be able to tell me nothing now. And guess what? Y'all can't tell me anything. Y'all don't have to be confident to my extreme. But I want to make sure that you are confident. I want to make sure that you know that you're beautiful. Take that makeup off if you want to. If you want to go free, bare-faced it, go bare-faced it. Take that filter off. Take a picture with your flaws. Ain't nothing wrong with it. It's just flaws. It's just flaws. We're not perfect. Love yourself. Because when you love yourself, you can love someone else. If you can't love yourself, I can't even trust you to love me. You understand? So with your flaws, with my flaws, with our flaws, God loves us. And if God can love us, we can definitely love ourselves. Then we can go and love someone else. And we can love them properly. Listen, be confident and show your beauty. Thank you for joining Real Talk Loud or Not D Love. I'll see you next time.